Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to New Jersey Satellite Studio, where we show you the flavor of life here in the District of New Jersey.
Hey everyone, happy New Year and welcome back to INCRadio New Jersey Satellite Studio, where we not only show you the flavor of life, but we also learn together. I can't believe this is the first show of the year. It's 2025. So happy New Year to everyone and thank you for being here. And because it's now 2025, we are going to talk about setting ourselves up for success in the new year with things that we want to achieve. So let's start off the discussion. Happy New Year to you, Leia.
Happy New Year, Maricel. We're happy to see you back. I know you were away. And I know we're going to be hearing about your adventures in upcoming shows. So yeah, it is the first Saturday of 2024. Wow.
2025.
2025.
We have to get used to
I
2025.
keep saying 2024. Let's repeat 2024. But 2025 is going to be a bigger and better year, right? Because we did so much in 2024 that we know we can do even more and better in 2025. Okay, so before we get started, we want to say hello to those in our live chat. We see them there. They're saying hello, but we wanted to let them know we do have a small contest every show. It's called the Best Comment, and we're going to announce the winner later on after our discussion. But I wanted to make sure that we reminded everyone that's there. So we do have a Best Comment prize, which we'll showcase later. So for those of you in live chat, we also have the hashtag challenge. So we know you love that because they're so competitive. So let's see which congregation will be on top in today's show. So, all right, let's get started. So first question, what was your proudest accomplishment of 2024? All right, live chat. What was your proudest accomplishment of 2024? I mean, we all did a lot in 2024. So I'm going to toss this over first to Maricel. So I know you did a lot. It's like if anyone follows you on social media, you are constantly go, 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 go. So what would you say is yours?
So for me, my proudest accomplishment of 2024 is that me and Brother Brian, we were finally able to set our foot down and open a reselling business. Because, you know, Leia, we've talked about this over the years and we're always scared to try something new, like get out of the box. But finally, the year 2024, we decided that if we want to make a difference in our family, like financially wise, like, you know, you want to do, like, I want to travel, like, I want to see the world, but you can't do that if you just rely on one income or two income, you know. So finally we're able to open our reselling business, and I'm not saying like we're making a lot of money from it, but you know, it's only our first year and we know that it's possible. So that for us is our greatest accomplishment of 2024.
Okay, I do want to make a comment about your side business, which you have mentioned on and off air. I love that your sons are also involved. I love that I don't know what they do. I don't know if they have to help pack things or open packages or sort things out, but I love that even at a young age, they're already involved in this, your side business, which will also benefit them. So that's amazing.
Yeah, I do want them to be involved because I don't want them to rely on like being an employee, you know, Leia, like
No, I
it's hard
know
to be just an
because
employee. We need an extra stream of income. So I want
yeah,
them to learn that at an early age.
yeah, and you know there are so many tax benefits that the United States gives small business owners that it's really to everyone's advantage to try and create something, even for tax purposes, might help them. And also it could be a passion project. You know, a side hustle is on the side for a reason because you have a main hustle, right? So that's awesome. That's actually on my list of goals for 2025 is to establish and maintain a side business. So I've done it before, you know, small online businesses for reselling as well, but not to the extent that you and your family are doing. I don't have the capital and the
I,
space for storage to resell big things, so I only have space for small things. So that's what I used to do. So we're going to get back to that, but thank you for sharing. Mine is very simple. Even though I think for years you had been talking about it, I was finally able to do a 48-hour fast. um and
Yay!
regularly, I had to scratch my head. I was like, regularly. Like not just once, but several times. So once we are over this cold season, I think we're going to go back to it because, you know, if you're not feeling well, you should not be starving your body of
True.
nutrients. Otherwise, you won't get better. Okay, so live chat. The question is, what was your proudest accomplishment? I don't know if they're behind or they're still thinking about it. Okay, so from Jeff, um, he sent us some answers. He survived top accomplishment, survived one whole year of marriage, learned a lot about himself, his wife, and his family along the way. They got a house, and that's included with home ownership. And okay, so he gave us some more.
Brother,
Yeah,
brother Jeff, that's a lot of
I know,
accomplishments in one
like that
year.
that's within your first year of marriage, so that's a lot of stress. It's like I mean, it's the good stress is you stress, so but still that's a lot. Yeah, that is a lot. That's a lot. 2024 for Jeff was a lot. So congratulations to you. Although we had no doubt about you surviving your first year of marriage, but of course you're not just surviving, you're thriving, you and your beautiful wife. So okay, so it's New Year. So we all hear, well, you know, I hate to call it New Year's resolution because I feel like I don't do New Year's do you make New Year's resolutions, Marisol?
Not really. It's
Yeah, I
like
don't
just
call it.
continuing on my previous goals from the past year, but
Yeah, I feel like my goals are consistent. I guess is that good? It's okay. I don't have new goals. I just want to accomplish. I want to keep doing whatever it is and to stay on track. So, but you know, it is New Year's. Some people might call this New Year's resolution, but I hope not because I feel like goals can be a daily goal, a weekly goal, a monthly goal, a quarterly goal. You know, goal for 5 years from now, for 10 years from now, 15 years from now. You might have goals for your family, for your sons. So that's why I don't like to be put in the box of New Year's resolution because I think it's very limiting. It's like you only give yourself 1 year to accomplish it. And then what happens if you don't? Like that's I think the hard part, right? When you don't.
you wait for the next year.
I mean, it's true. Like you hear the statistic, January is the top month of new gym memberships. But after January, no one's going. There's might still be paying for the gym membership, but they're not going to the gym. So, you know, we want to make sure that we set sustainable goals for ourselves, something that we will come back to even if we have to step away or we have a setback. So I don't want to put that under guise of New Year's resolution. So this is about goal setting, of course, but we can always talk about goal setting any month, any day, any time of the year. But because it is that season where a lot of people have New Year's resolution, maybe we can open up some thoughts and change perspectives on how to look at things that perhaps we didn't really accomplish in 2024 or 2023 or 2022 or, you know, way back. So are there any goals from the previous years, Marisol, that you will work on in 2025?
Yeah, so still in relation to the side hustle, because that's really what we wanna push forward. Like we wanna grow our business. So my goal for this year and the coming years, it's for me it's a continuing goal, but I want to be able to expand my reselling business and really invest in learning because there's a lot of people who are willing to share their knowledge, but you have to pay, right? You have to pay.
Oh,
Nothing is
yeah.
free. So I've always held back on, like, I'm just going to do this on my own. I'm just going to watch videos, that will teach me how to do this. But sometimes you gotta pay, like, these people have the knowledge and they already know what the obstacles and how to overcome them. So I just have to listen to them and not, like, take away the mistakes that they've done so that I don't do it. So I am willing, this year I am going to pay for a subscription to teach me and Brother Brian on how to expand our business. I'm not gonna hold off on that anymore.
No, it's true. It experts are experts for a reason, right? And
Right.
an expert has a track record of success, and they also talk about their failures. So that would save you. I mean, reselling is depending on what you're reselling can be very create a very big hole in your finances. So no, I'm happy about that. Me too. I want to subscribe, but I'm like, do I have time? How committed am I? But also, Marisol, you can write that off on your taxes. So
Yes, yes.
just make sure you keep that receipt so that you can write that off on your taxes. For my goals left over from previous years, everyone has heard this before. This year I'm going to work on the abs that I can see. That's still on my list of goals. But for the most part, health has always been part of um, my goals. Being healthy, being able-bodied, having certain lab results. You can't cheat on those tests. So those are my goals, and I'm trying to find activities that will be more fun rather than running on a treadmill, doing the elliptical, running on the track. I love walking, but I don't walk. You can only walk so fast in an urban area. So I'm trying to find activities, especially indoor in the winter time, that I can do, even if I'm terrible at it in the beginning, that will make me more active. And maybe look into taking some fitness classes. Whenever I see your workout videos, now that your sons are joining you at the gym, Marisol, I always feel like a wimp. I'm like, man, how old are these kids? And they're doing, like hit and all these things, using the machines with you and your husband. And it's like, it is really motivating to watch that. It's like, they're like, how old's your youngest?
12,
He's 12, and your oldest is
14.
he's very tall. I was gonna
He,
say
he is
all of
very
a
tall.
sudden,
I think
all of
he'll
a
be
sudden
taller than Brian.
I was like, all of a sudden he got tall. I was like, who is this adult? Who's this other man in your family? Okay. All right. So now we have something a little fun. We have a fill in the blank. Okay. So fill in the blank. This year I will blank. Marisol,
This year,
go
yeah,
ahead.
I will invest more in myself through education and learning. Like I said earlier, like, I will not be scared to pay a price that I know will improve me, will improve me as a person and also improve our business.
Would you consider also getting an advanced degree in business? Are you that serious, or are you just starting off getting your toe in the water?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't want to go back to school. But
School is
that is
hard.
like a step, really, really, like, that's the next level. But
Yeah,
maybe,
no,
who knows?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you are a go getter. Like if there's anyone that I've met in my recent past, it's you. You just make things happen. Like you talk about it one show, and then the next show you're like, oh yeah, we're doing it. It's like, oh, that's good. Uh, being a Not everyone is that decisive. So, and I know you think about it. I know you pray about it. So that's very inspiring as well. Okay, what about the rest of the phrase? So, this year I will. You gave us I will, but this year I won't. So
This year, I won't eat out as much.
that's a good one. That is a good
Yeah,
one.
because it's not only unhealthy to eat out, right? Because you don't know
What
how they're
the
preparing the food
ingredients?
and the
Yes.
ingredients. Yeah, and
Yes.
not only that, it gets so expensive if you pay for 4 people. So, like, still in line with trying to to broaden our, finances. So you need to cut corners, right? And one of them is eating out.
Yeah, I'm on this thing about ultra processed foods that we're not even aware of, and trying to get more nutrient dense ingredients. No, first of all, you don't know what people are putting in your food, like all the extra MSG, and depending on what ethnic food you're having, if you're, and then fast food is always not nutritious at all. It's a solution. It's a quick fix, but I'm with you. But that means someone has to cook. Are you the cook at home, Maricel?
Brian is. He's the cook. So
Is he aware of this goal for your family about eating in?
yeah, well, actually, he's the one who doesn't want to eat out as much, because sometimes, like, Brian is very strict with his diet. Like, sometimes when we're out, like, I would give in to my diet. Like, I told him, you don't expect them to not use this, because he's so picky with the kind of oil that they use for cooking. Like,
Agree.
you don't
Agree.
expect them not to use this oil. So if we're out here,
Yes.
you just gotta eat what they serve. Like, you can't
Agree. No, I
control it.
agree. I'm the same way. Yeah, Brian and I are on the same page. It's like, what do they use? Like, I don't even like this ingredient. Can you take it out? If they can't, sometimes I tell Philip, can we go somewhere else? I know, I feel bad. It's like,
There was this one time where we ate in a restaurant that's new, that we tried it out, and then the kind of the grill that they use is something that he doesn't want to use.
yeah.
He didn't eat the whole time. He just watched us, and I was
Oh,
I was upset. I'm like, come on, it's just one time. He said, no, I'm not eating from that um from
he
that
didn't. He
grill.
couldn't even have like veggies.
Nope, that's how strict he
Oh,
is. So
that's very admirable.
so
That's
yeah.
very admirable. If he's that serious about his health and his fitness, that's admirable. That's tough though. It is tough, but it's nice to know that that's a good role model sometimes. Like, very strict boundaries. No, I mean, it's good to be flexible, but I'm sure it's also frustrating for you. But that's still admirable. I mean, we can see all sides. So for me, I actually don't know how to fill in this blank, Maricel. We create these questions because we have all like I think this is a good discussion to even have with your friends. Like this year, the only thing that I can think of is this year I won't give up on myself.
That's a good one.
That and I know it's so broad and not specific, but it's like it's whatever you want for yourself. Whatever I want for myself, I want to make sure that I don't talk myself out of it. So I think that would be the other half of the phrase. This year, I won't talk myself out of things, because we have these thoughts, and sometimes they're not very kind. We're our worst critics. So I think that's
Right.
overall. I have more specific goals, but that overall, that's what I want to happen this year. I want to not give up on myself. Yeah. Okay. So we have more. Okay. So regarding our goals, will you write your goals somewhere you can see every day? And this is in
I'm
reference to the SMART strategy of goal setting. So
I probably should, right? But I am not that, I'm not the type of person who writes things down. But I think it's a good way to really motivate you. So I probably should start writing things down, and like have a, what do you call that? Like the vision board, right?
oh yeah, I don't do that either. Thinking about it. I was thinking of because of this question. So instead, what I've been doing, actually, one of my coworkers years ago gifted me a desk calendar where it has no year; it's just the day, and there's like cute motivational sayings, inspirational quotes, and that's what I have at work. So in a way, that's also like a reminder of being positive and doing things, being productive. So I got one for home. It's actually, if you can see it in my background, yeah, it's right there next to the plant. Yeah, you can't see it, but it has a motivational quote. So I got one for home as well, since I also work from home. to just keep the energy up, start the day with positivity and something hopefully that will make me productive. So I am thinking for my savings goals. I think I am gonna write it down somewhere I can see it and somewhere Philip can see it, so he can see the negative, like how much more we have to go for our weekly savings, and also for my own personal savings. So I tell him what my goals are, so he can check in with me and say, hey, how's that going? And then that'll get me back on track. I think it's a good reminder. Do you share your own personal goals with Brian?
I do, because it's good to have a partner. You have accountability. If you're just keeping it to yourself, like sometimes you will fail, right? But if someone knows your goal, and someone is there to remind you, hey, this is your goal, like come on, we have to work on it. So it's good, to have somebody that who knows about your goals and
Yeah,
remind you.
support group is definitely needed, whoever they are. And these people are the ones who will encourage you, give you some real talk feedback, not just toxic positivity, right? Like, oh, you can do it. No, like to actually sit there and help you assess your goals. I There is one comment that I wanted to read from Jeff about fill in the blank. He says, "This year I won't do things just for the sake of doing them." Oh, that's a big one, because there are
Yeah.
some things that we do because someone else wants us to do them. So, but that's a good one. I won't do things just for the sake of doing them. Yeah, we should have purpose. Know why. That's a big one. Kind of sits on me. All right. So what about deadlines, Marisol? So we both don't write things down, but what about deadlines? Do you have like a weekly check-in? Okay, let's say check-in. Let's not call it a deadline. So check-in or a hard and fast deadline. Like for example, if one of my friends was getting married this year, I definitely want to be able to fit into the dress that I want by I'd set a deadline for myself, right? And I'd measure my waist and weigh myself, et cetera, et cetera. So and somehow create a caloric deficit so I could get into the shape that I want. But do you have something like that?
Yeah, well, now thinking about it, I should have a deadline. So, say for my reselling, I probably should make a deadline like monthly. This is how much sales I want to make. So,
Hmm.
yeah, that's a good deadline. Like, or every week, I want to be able to source this much. I want to
Ooh,
be able to find good items that will sell.
right. No,
So,
that's good.
that's a
And I think your sons would be very helpful with that. Just be like, how can we get more? Okay. All right. So here we are at last question because we're almost out of time for our show. Can you believe we've been talking for like 20 minutes already? What are the benefits of setting goals, in your opinion?
in my opinion, setting goals is really important because it clarifies what you want. Like, if you have a specific goal, you have the direction and focus to work towards that goal versus you just winging it, like so it's good to set goals because you have a direction, and also it will make you accountable. Like if you're veering away from that goal, it will remind you to go towards the path to achieve that goal. And it will also build confidence, especially if you have like mini goals to achieve the large goal. Like if you achieve one step, it builds confidence, like, hey, I was able to knock this down, so I can definitely go to the next step. So I think it's important. How
No,
about you?
it well, we're out of time. So I'm just gonna read Jeff's comment. Like there's so much I want to say. I want to ask you too about goal setting with your family, but maybe we'll save that for another show. So Jeff shared with us benefits of setting goals. You can visualize. Making it real in your head is halfway to making it real. I agree. If you can see yourself taking that amazing vacation that your business paid for, Marisol, like if you're already halfway there, right? In your mind, you're already
Yes,
halfway there. If you can
that's
see
a
yourself
that's a good
there,
motivation.
yeah, for sure. Okay, I see all the comments. Oh man, we have a lot of comments. So let's go to our shout out segment.
Good morning. Happy birthday. Congratulations. I have to shout out.
Mom, dad, best friend.
All right, Marisol, we're going to start off with you.
Nothing specific, but Happy New Year to everyone, to all my friends who are supporting our show every time, and to all our viewers who are always there. May this year be the year that you'll always be there for us, always listen to our show and watch our show. And we hope that our show will inspire you.
Oh, that's a good one. Thank you for that. Actually, I want to take it one level up. Why don't you join us on our show as a guest? Because all these people who are commenting, we won't have time today to read all these comments. But for those of you, yeah, come join us. The invitation is open. Just reach out to one of us and you can join us on our show. All right, we have some comments from last week that we weren't able to read from Lucy Anchetta. Her favorite moment, performing in INCRadio Virginia Satellite Studio after the dedication of the Norfolk congregation. And from Michelle Rizal, unforgettable moment when we performed in the musical evangelical mission, and best moment celebrating the 7th anniversary with her husband Renz in Florida. And from Sister Mayan Manzano Guerzon, best moment of 2024, the INC 110 activities and her son starting kindergarten and family week of 2024. Those are two different comments. Sorry, we're going to go very fast because we are out of time. I do want to read one comment from today's show. I know we're not able to get to everyone's. From Sister Lynn Reyes, our accomplishments this year may not be great for others, but our family having our vacation in Florida after such seems to be a very long year for us was the best accomplishment of 2024. Oh, I love that, Sister Lynn. Okay. And we have to announce the best comment from our last show. Although anyone who commented about their best moment or their top moment of 2024 will get a participation prize. But our winner was from Abe Evangelista, and his comment was food morning team live chat. So definitely food morning to you, Abe. And we don't have the actual prize itself. It's on its way, but this is what it is. It is a 2025 Christian Planner from INC Media. So for anyone who commented on today, hopefully your comment will be picked for the best comment and you will also get a prize. All right, our next segment, off to you, Marisol, before the show ends.
All right, for our hashtag winners, Kuya Tech, please play the bumper.
Now announcing our hashtag winners.
All right, honorable mention goes to CNJ. Congratulations. Third place goes to Whippany. Second place goes to Aston. And first place goes to Philadelphia. Congratulations.
Oh, congrats. Before we go to our next segment, we do want to say hello to Brother James from our district and also Brother Reynaldo Valdez Sr., all the way from Johnsonville, Connecticut. Greetings from the School for Ministers. So thank you for tuning in. All right, our last segment, Marisol, before we got to go.
Activity updates. Kuya Tech?
Activity updates.
All right, so we only have one activity going on. That's gonna happen on January 19. We're going to have joint Christian family organization meeting by local congregation. So it's all CFO organization. So looking forward to that. And as always, please check with your local congregation for details on local events and the daily Bible study schedule.
Okay. I'm tempted to try to read out all these comments, but I don't want to miss anyone. So we are going to push these over to next week and we'll be announcing the best comment from this week's show. So that's it for today's show because we are out of time. We want to thank everyone who tuned in. And if you have found value in our discussion today, please like and subscribe this episode so you can get more content like this. And if you think this episode would be helpful to someone you know, please share the link with them. We, of course, would like to thank our church administration for their continuous support to INCRadio, for allowing us to have a platform like this where we can stay connected and learn together. We want to thank our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo Manalo, and our Subsea president and CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Manalo. We'd also like to thank our INCRadio station manager, Brother Wally Tarai.
And before we say goodbye, we again thank all our viewers for taking the time to watch our first episode of 2025 and sharing what they will do in 2025. Have a happy and safe new year. See you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.